The Firebirds Fans Own podcast is brought to you by Kyle Garman Realtor. Whether you're buying or selling, whether for your forever home or that quiet desert vacation getaway, Kyle Garman and the team at Keller Williams have the experience and skill to make the process simple and convenient. Check them out today at kylegarman.kw.com. Our podcast is also brought to you by DesertDefenseLawyers.com, DUI and criminal defense throughout the Coachella Valley. The criminal justice system is scary and confusing, but relief is just a click away at DesertDefenseLawyers.com, where we've been keeping folks out of the penalty box since 2008. The Coachella Valley Firebirds are bringing the Valley closer together, and the Firebirds Fan Zone podcast is your weekly dose of everything Firebirds. If you have suggestions for guests or questions you'd like answered or anything you want to add, be sure to leave them in the comments. If you like what you hear, please remember to hit that like button for this episode and be sure to subscribe. So if you're ready, here we go. Let's get into it. 3, 2, 1.
Firebirds goal! Scoring his 13th goal of the playoff. The captain, number 17, Max McCormick, assisted by number 19, Cameron Hughes. Welcome to the Firebirds Fan Zone with your hosts, David and Kyle.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Now that I'm ready?
Now that you're ready, you're looking good too.
Thank you. So are you.
Okay. Because you got to be looking good. We're rocking and rolling. We are starting with our very special Christmas episode.
So excited.
I know. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas,
Happy
guys.
holidays, whatever it is.
So happy.
But for us, a Merry Christmas. And we are very excited. This episode is going to be a little bit different than all the others. As you can see, we got our garb on. We don't usually wear it during the show, but we are celebrating today. We are celebrating the fan experience. Before we start, though,
Yes.
we always got to we got to do the same thing.
Well, man, I mean, it's Christmas. We got New Year's coming on. We just had Thanksgiving. So, again, we start this off by saying thank you. And you guys have been amazing, the support that we've received. I mean, we're just a couple fools running around.
Couple of knuckleheads
Just doing a show, and you guys have been supporting us. So please continue to support us. Share it with your friends, families. Hit the like button, subscribe, comments. And, man, I tell you what, I was on there just last night, and there's been amazing responses.
I love
to
it.
I mean,
Love
it's
it.
been phenomenal. So I'm
Well,
really humbled by
what do
what's
we
going on.
want? What do we want for Christmas?
I want 300 subscribers by
300
Christmas.
subscribers.
It's not too much to ask. I don't think.
We're halfway there. We're better than halfway there.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, we're doing great.
But stop what you're doing right now. Hit the subscribe button. Hit
That's
the
right.
alert so you know when the new episodes come out.
Correct.
And tell your friends, man. Share it. Share it.
I dare you.
I dare you.
I
You
dare
won't.
I dare you.
My daughter says you won't.
All
Here
right.
we go. You ready to start?
I'm ready,
so,
man.
Our first guests
Yeah.
today, we're super excited about.
Everybody knows these guys.
We know them as the
Everybody-
Baby Fuego family.
Yeah.
But tell us, who are you really, and what's your story?
Well, my name's Shane Rudolph. This is my wife, Brianna Rudolph. We've got Wyndon here and Kazi. So these are our two little ones. And just huge fans, excited to be here, loving the Firebirds. It's been a blast. Last year was, amazing, and let's keep it. Keep the
How
good
long have
vibes
you lived in
rolling.
the Valley?
I'm born and raised here.
Okay.
Oh.
And I actually moved here, 2012-ish, off and on, but this is home now.
Awesome.
Where from?
I grew up in Ventura and then also in Orange County.
Okay. Awesome. So
A lot of
you're a
Orange
California
County
guy.
transplants.
California guy.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome.
SoCal all the way.
But nowhere better than this, right?
Nah, this is it.
I
This
don't
is
think
it.
so.
So let me ask you, what got you guys, starting back from last season, what had you becoming season ticket holders, and what got you into the Firebirds?
The family was just super excited to have a team in the Valley. I mean, it's so cool to have a professional team that we can be a part of. So, it was a huge buzz for a long time, and to see it come to fruition, it was like, finally, and
It was a long wait.
it was a long wait where the arena was going to be and, all the talk. And so it was so cool to finally see them, pull the trigger, break ground, and see the building go up.
That was amazing, wasn't it?
And so, I grew up playing hockey, was super excited to be able to have a team, 10 minutes down the road from where we live. And the rest of the fam, kind of got behind it, obviously, last season.
Obviously, clearly.
Bree, did you play?
Did I play?
Or are you a hockey player?
Oh, yeah, I am now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to be.
love
I
it.
have a hockey team.
But did you ever watch hockey? Were you aware of hockey?
Me?
Yeah.
No, not really. No, nothing.
So this was all new to you as well.
Yeah, I mean, he would watch hockey all the time when we were dating and everything. But as soon as this came to the Valley, it sort of became.
Who was your team?
My
Growing
team
up.
is the Los Angeles Kings, and then
Okay.
I'm a New Jersey Devils fan.
Wow, coast to coast on
Coast
that
to
one.
coast, yeah. Devils probably take precedent, but growing up in Southern California,
Sure.
Gotta be
you know,
Kings guy.
being a Kings fan, watching the great one was real cool.
For sure.
Got to play in the convention center back in the day, like a little intermission, like the
Really?
little baby
Yeah.
Firebirds
Love
do.
it.
So that was cool.
Dude, that's way back.
Way
you don't
back,
even-
bro.
You don't even look old enough
Yeah,
to have played there.
I was itty bitty, bro. I
Oh
was
man,
itty
that's
bitty.
so cool.
What position?
Forward, and I played all around. I was kind of like a flex player. Wherever you need me, coach, I gotcha.
Utility
So-
player. Love
Hate
it.
those guys.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah,
I was good, but I wasn't great. You know, it was one of those where it was like, hey, I was good enough. You need me somewhere, I got you, but I wasn't like an all-star.
Yeah, no, dude. If
So-
I had to play forward this many times, I'm just not built. You guys work too hard.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
forwards work way too
You
hard.
guys got more ice experience than I do.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I've never played, and we keep joking about getting out there and just.
We
screwing around
are
and trying.
absolutely
Yeah.
during Christmas break.
Yeah.
we are absolutely gonna
Go
get
out
out there and
and-
get to it.
We got to get
I
some
gotta
reps
get.
in.
It's the pads. It's the whole thing. We got to get them.
Bubble wrap, man.
And time out. 1 second. It's closed. Yeah, sorry, dog.
We'll fix it.
Go fix it in post.
Start it over from the beginning.
We can, but we're okay.
All right, so let me ask you this. So going into the first season, it's December 18th. You and the Brood are in the lot, parking the car, getting ready to come in. What did you expect for that very first season, for that very first game? Like, before you knew what any of us now know, like, what were you expecting going into season one?
Go ahead.
I honestly can't remember it.
I mean, yeah, it's a ways back now. We've had so many memories, but I imagine it was huge butterflies. Everyone's trying to figure
Right.
out what the heck this is,
Yeah.
what we're doing. Walking in, what are we gonna see? What's it gonna be like? Is anybody gonna be there?
Who are these people?
Yeah, who are these people? Sure, we went and saw them at Fantasy Springs there, and got to meet them there.
Yeah.
And, but
Spotlight.
or Spotlight, excuse me.
Don't-
excuse
yeah,
me.
don't-
I was about to say.
I love
edit that.
fantasy, but don't mess with the sponsor.
Edit that out.
Yeah.
Edit that part out. Yeah, Spotlight, excuse me. And that was real cool. But yeah, once we got going, I mean, it was.
When the
was
glow
all over
sticks
from
are up
there.
and everybody's going
Oh
banana.
my
Oh,
gosh,
gosh,
that
yeah,
was
that
so
was a
wicked.
cool
Let me
moment.
ask you about your signs.
Yeah.
I noticed you brought
brought
them
them,
in,
see 'em.
and I know you got your hands full, so you don't.
We've
have to,
all seen them.
You don't have to flex them, but I mean, you can if you'd like.
Well, you got the marquee
Oh,
one.
you got it. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You got the
I mean,
Love
marquee
it.
one. That one was. I mean,
love
see,
that
now
one.
the real question is, whose idea was it?
Oh,
whose
God.
idea was it?
Whose idea was it?
We fight about it every game.
Every
I have
game.
these
I
arguments
don't
in
think
my
he's
house
clever
too. with my
enough,
wife.
but
It was me.
Really? So
It was
you're
me.
taking. Yep.
But
and I
she
love that.
drew it. She drew
Okay,
it.
so
So
she's the artist, but
she's the artist.
So it was a team effort.
team effort.
That's
So-
what's important to take away from this.
That's
And-
do
it.
you want
And then you've got the bummer
this one?
sign, which
You want
I always
this one?
thought was awesome.
Yeah, we had to make a baby
We
bummer.
don't like using it.
No, I know.
Yeah, no,
absolutely
we don't
not.
like seeing it, but we get it.
It's there.
We get it. We get
It's
it.
part of it.
I know.
So
Yeah.
then-
it's been fun. We had a lot of fun, and it was really cool to see kind of how a bunch of people have took to it last season.
Yeah.
This season it's a little slower start.
I was going to
but-
say, I don't see that many signs so far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
A
I
little
think
bit of a slower
you
start.
inspired me to I've got a couple standard ones, and I know some other people do too. But I mean, I think you guys were, when it came to the sign game, you guys are the OGs.
Somebody told us that we created monsters last season because everybody started popping up with
Yeah, for
just
sure.
gnarly
But that was a
signs.
great part
was
of it,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Actually, a bunch of the players' families, and when we were traveling during playoffs, a lot of the fans mentioned our signs. They said they've never seen anything like it, especially the the families. They said, we've been doing this a long time, never seen a
Isn't that
stadium.
the best compliment?
Yeah,
I
it's so
love
cool.
that.
It just shows like how into it we are, you know?
Well, and that's what the attraction, and that's why we wanted you guys on the show because, I mean, obviously we're diehard fans as well, like everybody else out there. And if we could get everybody to come in here, we would. But 10,000 people, it's a long show. But for you guys, I mean, it's you guys really put your thumbprint on last season, especially with your signs and these beautiful kids and dressed up. I mean, who came up with this?
Oh, yeah, that was me. Honest to goodness, I had no idea. I really just, I'm all about like dressing up for the occasion.
Yeah.
And so I was like, how cute would that be to have him dress up like a baby Firebird?
great.
I showed up.
Brilliant.
I brought him to the game. No idea it was going to blow up.
Did
like
you know
that.
you're going to be legends like instantly?
Not
Yeah.
even a little bit. Somebody goes, I can't believe this whole baby Fuego movement. And
It's
I was
been
like, oh
amazing.
my gosh. So
What was your favorite moment from last season?
It's tough to pick one.
beating Calgary was a pretty good one.
That was
Triple
a huge-
overtime?
Yeah, that was a
that was
huge
a good
highlight.
one.
That was a
Yeah,
late night,
yeah.
you know. That was a
How
was a
did they
big
do?
one.
How did they fare during that late night?
I think he was there, and I think he was up the whole time.
He was good. I think
kid.
he was.
Yeah.
I think he was
kid.
cooked like the rest of us. But you know what,
Yeah.
man, he was there.
It was till
So we
midnight,
were
so
there
it was-
until we finished it. So
At least you didn't have to go to work the next day.
no doubt.
yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's a lucky one.
You know what one of the coolest parts about last season was, and I say to Shane, like he grew up playing hockey, was how cool it is to see them involved and how much they love hockey already.
Yeah.
He's going to be 3 next month, and he just turned 1. This guy learned how to walk with a hockey stick in his hand.
Excellent.
And this
You
guy
got
loves
skates
it.
on him?
Yeah, he's got rollerblades. He's got ice skates. We go to the burger.
that.
Yeah, he loves it.
You
So
know,
it's-
someday we might be interviewing him.
I think that might be
in
the
his
case.
rookie
Oh,
season.
for real? Yeah, that's true. So true.
it's just so cool to see the impact that it's making on all the kids in the valley. You know.
That's absolutely true. We talked about that a little bit on our
Yeah.
show about the next generation of hockey players that are going to come out of Coachella.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's addictive and the kids are loving it, and yeah, there's a whole new breed of kids that are going to
Yeah,
be
it's so
doing
cool.
this.
And kids, I think we've never talked about this, but the adults have come together, right? That's manifested fact.
Yeah.
But what about the kids from all different parts of the valley that will now
Yeah,
be friends that
there you
otherwise
go.
never would have been friends
Totally.
because they're playing hockey? That's and we haven't seen it. Hasn't. It's only happening now.
It is
How
happening.
cool is that going to be?
Yeah.
How many great friendships will have developed
Yeah.
because of this? Another unanticipated good consequence.
Love it.
Well,
Yeah.
I want to continue to see it grow as well. You know, keep the vibes growing. Let's get some roller rinks out here. Let's keep,
Right?
you know, let's.
Well, I heard they're going to try to build another ice rink because it's becoming so popular.
There you go.
That's
Really?
yeah, exactly.
I
There's
like
just-
I like the sound of
Burger
it.
Center doesn't have enough space in the time slot, so.
Bring it back to the
Fantastic.
mall.
What is what does that'd be great, wouldn't it? What does this season look like? What are you guys getting from this season? What are you seeing? Because we saw last year, we know what that was about, and we had high expectations going into this season. So now we're now getting comfortable with our team. What are you guys seeing? What do you like?
So what I'm seeing more of is I feel like a lot of our fans are getting so disappointed, and discouraged,
Yep.
and it's kind of like, you guys, we're all just fans, and our number one job is support and
Exactly.
love, like
Exactly.
family.
Number one
you know
job
what
is
I
to
mean?
show
We
up.
have we
Yeah.
have one job,
Yeah.
and that is to be loud, bring the energy, and always
Yeah.
say yes.
No matter
It's
the
like-
record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's
We're gonna play less than sometimes,
Yep.
but it's like, yeah, our job is to love them. So
right.
it's like, and remember this time last year, 14 straight wins until the end of January. So we got the potential to do
We got it,
again.
and we're it's all just. We hadn't even seen him yet. Today?
Well, no, Monday was our anniversary, so happy
Well, yeah.
anniversary!
Yeah,
happy
yeah.
anniversary of
So
the 18th.
we are just now picking up where we
Yeah.
started last year,
Exactly.
and
the records look about the
I
same.
have. Not only do I not have any fear, but Grant Fuhrer said, "Don't worry, this team is actually probably better."
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm definitely not worried.
no.
Do you guys have a favorite player?
How could you
I mean, you're
ask
wearing
that?
the
I think
huge
I know- I think I
onesie.
know
You've
one
got
answer.
the huge. Yeah, you brought the sign. Yes.
Yep.
Oh, I got you.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Hughes. Sorry,
Hughes,
and
that's
that,
my
boys and girls,
man.
is your answer right there.
That's my boy.
You're wearing
sure.
a onesie with dude's face on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on unmentionable places.
Big fan.
Now, let me just tell you. I'm going to tell you. On Elf Night, we had our Hughes Elf get-ups.
Yeah.
I wanted to black out my teeth, in honor of
Totally.
Hughes.
Are you going to do this right now?
This one wouldn't do it.
Oh.
Are you going to do
Yeah,
this right now?
I'm calling you out,
Uh-oh.
dude.
You're
Calling
gonna do
out.
it on-
You wouldn't do it.
Listen, I didn't say I wouldn't do it. I said I would consider it, and then you said what?
I couldn't find any black wax.
Okay, then. So it's official.
All right.
I never said no. I was
Okay.
a little hesitant, yes, but I never said
So
no.
you would have.
You know, I was going to commit with you. I'm in your ride or die.
You
dude.
couldn't
So
go to the nacho
Saturday,
stand
if I
and
can
black
get some,
beans?
you'll do
I
it.
told you I was going to. You're
Well,
my guy. I
okay.
told you, you're my guy.
Let's do
If
it.
you were going to go all in, I'm going all in.
All right, tell you what. Saturday's game, we'll do it. Will you do it?
What? No, wait,
Hundo.
hold on. Why are we doing this now? The time has passed. It's Teddy Bear toss
now,
time.
dude. It's now.
It's not now.
Come on, let's just do it.
For the
That's
next go
fair.
around, we'll figure something out.
Like
Okay.
next time he scores a goal, just bring the black wax and we'll all just black out our teeth.
Okay.
Let's talk about it off
We'll
air.
figure something out.
Yeah, we'll talk about it off air. Who we got today?
We got, they already know. We got Mama Bird.
We got
in the
Mama
house.
Bird in the house.
And we are so lucky. Now, I'll just tell them.
Yeah.
We had Mama Bird in very early in the life of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And that is when we learned a valuable lesson. Check the microphones and make sure they're recording.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had like an hour and a half of pure
Yeah.
gold that, just sunk to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
So
It happens.
we are back for this very special episode. And of all the fans we're talking to today, we are starting with the one, the only Mama Bird. So Mama Bird, just start up by, who the heck are you? Tell us about yourself. Who are you?
Well, my name is Carla Cravens, a.k.a. Mama Bird, and my husband and I moved here into the Valley in 2003. We started off with, now don't shoot me, the San Jose Sharks when they were at the Cow Palace, and my husband had some coworkers they were Blackhawk fans, and one of them couldn't go to the Shark game, and so they asked my husband if he wanted tickets. And shall we just say we got hooked
Right
and
away.
pucked
The
right
first
away.
dose is free.
Most people do.
Yep.
Yeah. So we really enjoyed it. They started in the Cow Palace. They moved to San Jose at the Tank. And then when we moved here, we're like, oh, man, this is like 2 hours anywhere to go to any games.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, man. So we were so stoked when we heard that the arena was coming and we were getting a hockey team here and the Firebirds, and the momentum was going on, and so we were really excited. So we just looked at each other. Yeah, we're getting tickets.
So that's what got you into becoming season ticket holders. So let me ask you this: what were you expecting going into this season?
Oh, wow. Because we had such an amazing last year, and that was something that. Because we knew some of our guys were going to probably get picked off, and it's a catch-22 because you can't be mad because they got promoted up, because that's their dream.
Sure.
That's their ultimate goal. But man, we're like, oh, really? You're taking Joey? You're taking this one? You're taking that one? And so.
What did you expect going into season one? I'm sorry, I didn't
season one?
maybe phrase
You
that
gotta
correctly.
be,
So we
clear.
got to start at the beginning. Yeah.
Remember,
so
my husband's a lawyer.
I mean, we. I object.
So's my wife's.
When we getting into the new season, like everybody, we were super excited, but we didn't really know what to expect. So, you said you had been into other Blackhawks or you're at San Jose.
The San Jose Sharks.
The Sharks.
Well, to be honest with you, all I knew is the NHL, and I didn't even know there was an AHL. And then after going to the Booster Club convention that was in Boston, on the outskirts of Boston, I found out there's even more layers down. So I'm like, wow, this is a huge world that we're learning about.
Yeah.
So, so going in as a brand new AHL, I had no idea because number one, we didn't know who these players were, and I think that was really the benefit for our players last year because there was no recorded tapes of how they played with other teams. So I think that was
none
a
that we knew to
huge
look at
benefit.
anyway, right?
Yeah. So or played together. Those. There were some that got to play together. Because when we were at the Admirals game, for example, there was Rafferty and McCormick, and there was another family there, and they were like, yeah, they all played in different teams and with each other, and that was so that was pretty cool to find that out. But we weren't sure, and we're like, well, we're like the baby of the AHL. So we were like, hey, they're doing good, and we're like, wow, they're doing really good. And then it was like, what? We're heading for the playoffs? And I mean, going to the away games was really exciting. We tried to go to as many away games as possible, and just to see the momentum and seeing how much last year's team really gelled with each other. They really anticipated each other's movements and where they were going to be when they, shot the puck and stuff like that. So that was really cool. But to be honest with you, we just like, hey, we'll be happy if we got some wins, because we didn't know what to expect. So they way did our expectations.
Excellent. So not knowing, though, like going back to before the building's even built, you made the decision to be season ticket members. Going to games is one thing, but being a season ticket member is another. Why be a season ticket member?
Well, number one, that's how you really get to know the players, and be supportive of the community. That we're all about community. My husband and I are, and so this was just one thing. It was just like, wow, this is it's in our community, and we don't have to drive 2 hours to LA or San Diego or anything like that.
So the
to go to
convenience
game.
of having
very
that sporting event right in our backyard was a big factor for you.
Oh, that was a huge factor
Awesome.
for us, and it
Awesome.
was the best thing for our valley, really.
What was one of your favorite moments of last season?
Oh wow, there was a lot of them. I think when it was really cool, because I met Jason Hernandez, who was our announcer at the San Jose, and he was like playing low key, and we were up at because we came from San Jose and we have friends there, and we met up with him, and that was really cool because he was telling us some of the stuff because he had just came from the Reigns, and that was
trained.
He's an awesome person. He's an awesome
He's funny
announcer.
too. He's funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Funny guy.
He's a character.
And swing dancer.
Yes, he is.
We love it.
Do you have a favorite player?
Oh, come on now.
I know it's a tough one. It's like a favorite child. Like, who's your favorite? And you're like, oh.
Okay, I can't play favorites. My kids know that. But I did got the privilege last year when they were playing in Bakersfield. I got to meet and get a picture taken with Ty Cartier and Max McCormick.
Nice.
So they're my favorites. And I got Ty's Christmas ornament when they did that $20 ornament. So
Ty's like your baby bird?
Ty's my baby, yeah.
Does he know?
He's doing well.
Yeah.
It's funny because I have people come up to me all the time. They're like, "Hey, do you have one of your boys here playing in there?" I'm like, "They're all my hatchlings." So
That's right.
you just treat them like that. They're, because they're away from home. And a lot of them are just coming out of high school and maybe.
Oh, they're
a
just
little bit
kids.
of-
Yeah,
they're
just
kids.
kids.
So
It's hard to remember that sometimes.
Yeah.
They got. For what this is, a lot of responsibility, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But
they carry themselves really well. Every time you meet them, like the other night when we did the signings, they're just great.
Oh, that signing was amazing.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, though, it was really exciting because everybody's like chanting for Morris. And we were
Yes.
like going, wow. And even
That
Jason
kid-
was talking about that. And they're like, wow, we could hear it really loud in
Yeah.
the background.
Like,
And
where
I'm
did he
like,
come from, and why was he ever in
Yeah.
Kansas City to begin with?
I
mean,
just
that
love
kid's
how we
got
do.
the goods.
We got somebody's got the eye for talent.
Yeah.
We're scouting well. Last year we did that, and it's carrying over. It's
I mean, we've
fantastic.
got
And
some other-
LaFontaine's no joke
I was
either.
going to say
I mean, that guy-
LaFontaine. Let's not.
Yeah.
Jagger's. He's got the moves like
Oh.
Jagger.
Yeah. We've been blessed with some really good goalies. And
Yeah. I love our depth.
Yeah, and
Love our depth.
and like I said, it's hard to see the ones be transferred up, but that's their ultimate goal, and hopefully they can help build up that team
Yeah.
and the mama ship.
So about that, okay, so this season, I guess, what is your impression and what are your takeaways so far from what you're receiving and.
From feedback from other
Well,
fans?
this year, you said we
to-
got into it a little bit
Yeah.
earlier about, coming into this new season,
Yeah.
your expectation, but how are you feeling right now about where we're at?
Well, because it's sort of hard. I mean, we did so great last year. I didn't know how it was going to be because when they're like, "Hey, this is easy as pie." No, it's not.
No.
I mean, we were just so fortunate having the first year out, getting not only doing so great, but going into the playoffs, let alone at the very end and going to the last
squeaking
one,
out, just
squeaking out at the
squeaking our way
last
through.
minute. And I tell you, I was when we went to Hershey to the playoffs, we went to the away
Man,
game.
that scooter's got some miles on it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you've traveled.
Yeah.
quite a
Oh
bit.
yeah, we travel with it. Yeah, and it's gotten some boo-boos along the
You
way.
got AAA for that thing?
No, they wound up having to pay. I've had it broken by the
Does it have a
baggage
cup holder?
handler.
I got to know.
Yeah,
It got a little cup holder?
actually, my other one has a cup holder. This
curious.
one does have a
Okay,
cup holder.
okay, just checking.
But it broke, so
You know.
I got to get another one.
Get a little buzz box and put it right in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, just,
Have Buzzbox will travel.
yeah, that's right.
So it's pretty cool. But I tell you, it's a blessing to have this because there's no way I could walk that much.
Yeah.
One time we went to was it this sci-fi?
SoFi.
SoFi,
Yeah, we went to the
Although
Raiders
sometimes
game.
it seems like the sci-fi stadium.
Yeah, it is. We went to the Raiders game,
Chargers games.
and this thing was broken, and it was really tough. I was having a lot of leg spasms. And,
Oh, no.
And so they said, when you get to this point, you can get a wheelchair, and they'll come and get you. And I'm like, yeah, but that's a long walk.
Yeah.
So I had to take it slow and easy, stop, and then try to massage out my muscle spasms.
Tell us
so.
about you. Oh, now
But
I'm Joseph Walensky. I'm born and bred from Thousand Palms, California. Work at Rouse right down on Cooking Country. So every time you guys see me and you guys are going home, I'm going to work actually at midnight.
wow.
Right at Cooking Country Rouse. And then after that, I work at the car wash at Harv's Car Wash on
I
Cook.
love Harv's.
Holding
Who
it
did you
down.
work there?
I've been doing that. And then, this is Isla.
Hi,
You
Isla.
know, everyone knows her and loves
Yeah.
to give the high fives. And then my other daughter, Calico's doing her homework right now for kindergarten. So, but other than that, just a diehard hockey fan. I grew up playing hockey down at the mall when the ice rink existed.
Way back when.
Yeah,
Really?
So, and, just got invited and I said, heck yeah, let's have some fun with this.
Well, clearly you definitely have fun with it.
Yeah. What got you into becoming a season ticket holder? You know, go flashback into last season. You know, we start talking about the Firebirds. We start getting into, you know, we don't even know really what it is. Clearly, you played a little hockey, so that might have been a passion for you. But, you know, what made you say yes to being a season ticket holder?
Oh, it was just something, you know, like I said, I got the two girls, you know, my dad, you know, he grew up in Washington State, played on the frozen lakes up there in Medical and Silver Lake and Spokane side.
Oh, yeah.
And so, you know, just one of those things. And, you know, me and my sisters, we bought the tickets and just something for the family and, you know, just enjoying every single, you know, trust me, we got some fans now, I'll tell you, in the house.
For sure.
Love it. I love it.
So if you can remember back to last season, because New Year's is coming up and we're going to be done talking about last season.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
while we have you here, going into the first game, the first time in the arena, what did you expect? What did you think was going to happen? And then what happened for you?
Well, outside of us just after that first game and just knocking it out of the park, just constantly just winning, we were just getting too spoiled. It was too much fun.
Yeah.
Going into that first game, I really just was just hoping to see what the fans, that's all it really was for me. And that's, you know, how this kind of gets started. It wasn't so much a thing. That's how it started. It was just more of a,
Well,
you know,
I mean, listen, truth be told, you may not know this, but you ignite the fans every night. And while Fuego beats on his drum and, you know, does
I
his
always
thing,
try to avoid, I always look before I try and do my best to not beat him to his drum.
while many other people try, you're the guy on the east side that gets the entire arena going, not only with, you know, let's go Firebirds, but with whoever the goalie is, and then
The pronunciation,
Yep.
because clearly that's my more, the
Yeah.
joke of it.
how do you
It was just a thing. Like I said, it was game 1 or 2. I wasn't like, it was just, I started with the Let's Go Firebirds, but I did it. But like I said, I always tell people it's where I'm sitting, clearly the last row on W. No one behind me, so no irritation.
Nice.
And sound travels down.
your sound travels
Yeah.
down for sure.
But sound can't travel up. So when I was seeing the efforts of others, they're yelling up, it's harder. I just thought, and I was already going to kind of maybe do it, but it was just like what it was and how it turned into. Yes, it was.
So, yeah, and just for clarification's sake, because not everybody, you know, they're not on that side. Some people are on the other Jumbo's
they
side.
can hear him, I'm sure.
There is somebody over there that kind of
I
does.
think his name is Luis, if I ever remember.
Yes,
I've met
Luis,
him.
I've met him. So you're chanting the goalie's name, so like Joe Smith, and it's hey
I wish
Smith.
it was Joe Smith.
Hey Smith, and then everybody says you suck. And in the beginning, it was like this kind of small group, but now, I mean, I can feel it really expanding around our section.
Like half the bowl.
Yeah, half the bowl is all in now. Like they've really. Look at your smile, man. That makes you pretty happy, huh?
Feeling, yeah. It's something I've always, I grew up being a giant San Diego Chargers fan before they went to LA. Used to do the same thing out there, even with the cheap seats. I didn't care if it was the Raider fans. I didn't care if I sat in the middle of the Raider Bowl. I was still in Qualcomm, doing my best, screaming charge, and everyone was just like, always noticed. Me and my buddy Justin grew up with this guy. We used to do this thing at USC every now and then. We always knew that, every crowd just needs a little oomph, and so when the Firebirds came, I mean, it was just a natural thing. And
but now it's a staple. You missed a game.
Yeah.
Was it Saturday?
Yeah, I did have to miss Saturday because I had to go meet Gothic Baby, another TikTok star.
It was lonely, man. It was kind of like someone was, bless his heart, whoever was trying, but it ain't you.
Well, it's what's interesting is because I get the question, why did I do this, right? Well, like you, I think you just take that football passion and then it just carries over.
I even made a phone call to the president when he was still there at the moment, and I think the coordinator. I was just like, I got some ideas. I want to utilize the other side and hope that the people would use that aluminum and make that a thing in the second.
Yep.
And but I'm like, I can't be over there and be. But I didn't.
Well, you're doing your part.
Yeah, I'm doing mine.
Definitely doing your job, right? Definitely doing the part.
But yeah, the "you suck" thing was just more of the crowd was already doing it, and then I just said, "Here, let me try it," and that just caught on easily because I just saw there's groups doing it, everyone's doing it.
Yep.
It's just
now they got the guy to lead the charge.
Yeah, let's do it.
But man,
this is the guy.
That giant sound comes out of this guy. That's pretty gnarly.
The other better part is when I'm doing it, everyone sees her and they're like, "What is she just doing? She's just hanging out there." This little girl right here.
She's adorable.
She does not like to miss a game though. She really does not. She'll fight her sister.
Wow. Young fans.
Love it.
6 years old.
Young fans become old fans.
Yeah. That's right.
So this one is a true fan.
What was one of your favorite moments from last season?
It was that one, was it Cameron Hughes, I think, where he put the stick behind his thing and got that goal, and oh my gosh, that was too freaking cool.
That was gnarly, right?
ESPN, it was a top 10.
Yeah. Other than that, that, and then I guess with my cheering, my favorite is Calgary's Dustin Wolf.
Yes.
He was the only one who would literally look right at me. Like, he just kept looking and drinking water, and I was like, doing a thumbs down, and I knew
it was you.
And 100, and every game, and it was like, we played Calgary, and if I recall, he had just got called up right before we played the Wranglers.
Oh yeah, this year. That's
right
right.
before, and
right.
I was just like, he probably called his guy down.
You wanted to see him.
So the Wolf thing was really the cool part too, though. But once that crowd really got in, I was like telling my buddy, I was like, dude, I really think the crowd's getting behind me. I'm like, I don't want to toot my own horn.
No, it's
100%.
But it was like one of those things in the beginning of the years. I was like,
it's working. It's part of the atmosphere.
Oh yeah. I asked when with the autograph thing the other day. I had asked the players, and they're like, "Yeah, we hear the guy," and I'm like, "I'm the guy."
That's the guy.
I'm the guy.
Now we know this
You're
is
the guy.
why.
Yeah,
I love it.
So you did the signing. Do you have a favorite player?
I was hoping it was going to be Devin Shore, but I guess that guy's too damn good.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
But Andrew Porlowski, he's going to be the guy.
Yep.
Cole Lynn right behind, and
that's my boy.
Shane Wright. I'm hoping.
Wright's awesome.
I'm hoping that he does good enough to hang out with us, to lead us, and then ride into the sunset to Seattle, and
love that.
With Beniers and I forget the other guy's name, Borowski or whatever. Borowski, right? I forget the right wing, left wing for this Kraken. Yeah, one of the other guys. Anybody else is on the team, but Beniers and Right.
I just pay attention to our guys when they go up there, and right now, like their roster is looking like Coachella Valley Firebirds. It's amazing to watch.
And I love to see them up there. Yeah,
I know.
I told Cole, or I told Riker to his face, dude, if you get called up, I don't want you back. I want you to stay there.
I don't think he's coming back.
I want you to live your dream. I want you to think of us when you're hoisting the cup someday.
Yeah. He's crushing it. He's doing
for sure.
Great job. This season, okay, so we're in season 2 now, and we're off of the season 1 is what it was. How are you feeling about this season? What are you getting? What's your takeaways from this year so far? What do you like?
We're still fast. We're still looking for the shots. Defense is playing stronger. It's just and faster. It's still needs because the Firebirds and they're still think we always need like a 6'8" guy somewhere in the mix.
Our boy True.
Although Vila Adovanian, he's a big drink of water,
Yeah.
and he's not afraid to
No,
throw
they'll
a punch.
hit, but like when we were playing Colorado, that's 67 and 10. They were
Middleton.
Yeah,
That guy's
Middleton
a thug.
They were.
That guy's Lurch's
And
cousin.
so
He's
it was
massive.
just like one of those things because we want to
need
get
some
in the
size.
crease. We got to get in. And David Shore was doing it. That was my thing. I was like, that guy was getting in there.
Yeah.
We're clearly gonna make the playoffs easily. I mean, that's no hesitation. I don't doubt it. We're clearly playing like Grant Fuhr said. We're within the exact same frame of wins and losses, and it's just that spread and it's the season. That's the only thing. That's the difference. I think everyone needs to remember. It's just spread out now. And
That's right.
It's a Wednesday. It's a Saturday. It's next Saturday. It was just a clutter last year, which made it that boom, 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 boom. That was the excitement of last year, and we're still there. I
think if we keep bringing it, they'll keep bringing it, right?
Oh,
I agree.
My name's Megan. I'm from the Valley. I'm 19, and I'm a big Firebird fan.
You working or going to school?
I work. I don't go to school.
Where do you work?
I work at Fitzwell Interiors. It's a design studio in Palm Desert.
Right on. What do you do there?
I'm an assistant, a design assistant.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah. I was right out of high school. I got that job, and I was leaning more towards design or photography, and I do both now. So I'm good where I'm at.
We're going to get to it in a second, but you took that picture of Kyle and me with our Cole Lynn signs with Cole Lynn skating by.
Yes, I did.
Perfect. Like, that was a breathtaking, perfect picture.
I love that picture.
It was
what did we just learn 3 minutes ago?
That Mr. Cole Lynn, good friend of ours, is actually living out his dream. He got called up to Seattle.
Got called to
Awesome.
Seattle.
So congrats.
Cole, man, we
Yep.
love you, buddy.
Yep.
I swear
do.
to God we do.
We'll
We don't
miss
want
you.
you back. We want you to stay up there. We want you to live your dream.
That's right.
And the next time we see you, well, not the next time, but at some point we want to see you hoisting the cup
Be great.
with Riker
Oh, yeah.
and Joey and
Karts.
Devin and Karts.
Oh, yeah.
We want to see our boys up there living their dreams.
Love
So,
Yeah.
man, just go and get after it. Just think about us once in
So
a while, would
cool.
you?
Yeah.
So cool. I think, you know what, when that was breaking, I'm thinking maybe our show might be the gateway.
It's good luck, right?
It's good
It's
luck.
happened before?
Every time, we forecasted somebody going up or who we think might happen, and whoever sat in the chair so far.
We had Riker
That
first,
is
he went
true.
up.
Yeah.
We
we
had
called
Cole
that.
second, he went up.
He went up.
And this Grant Fuhr guy, he might have a future
in broadcasting.
in broadcasting.
yeah, he's doing
All right.
okay.
All right, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. So you're a season ticket holder.
I am.
Now, last season, there's just a pile of dirt right down the 10, right? And they start talking about the Firebirds and hockey and all this buzz. What got you into saying yes, drinking the Kool-Aid and going all in, being a Firebirds fan?
Well, I'm a big sports fan as it is, and it was all talk, and I didn't realize it was actually going to happen until probably October of last year. And once I realized that, my parents and I were talking about buying season tickets, but I felt like we were never going to pull the trigger on that. And so I thought Christmas is coming up. So I bought my parents and I season tickets
You
for
did
Christmas.
it. You
I
pulled the
did.
trigger.
Well, you put the
I
down
did.
payment down.
I did.
Good
Yeah.
for you.
So I bought us tickets and we got hooked from there.
What section are you in?
My tickets originally were the cheapest. It was $117.
Okay, shout out 117.
Yeah, $117. There you go.
But now,
But now they're $118 row D.
Shout out 118
Go
Road
118.
Yeah,
There you
$118. There you go. Unfortunately, that section's like the tickets that get sold every game, except for the first 4 rows.
So
So
you
we
don't have
get
the
new
same-
people.
okay.
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's over there.
By the Zam.
You're by the Zam when it comes out, right?
Yeah.
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 What,
So
what row?
row D.
Row D.
So
Yeah.
4th row.
You know,
Fourth
there's some
row.
real estate available in 106 if you guys want to move next year.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Just saying.
That's good to know.
We've got a pretty solid crew. Shout out 106.
Go 106. We got a
there you
crew.
go,
Just saying.
106.
Well, you know what we do out there.
Yeah.
And so the photo that he's referring to,
Oh, I forgot my glass. Keep going.
you have an interesting story because Last season, you became a season ticket holder because you're a sports person. Were you a hockey person before?
I was not. I've been to one hockey game. I was probably in middle school, so 2017, 2018. It was a Kings and Coyotes game.
Nice.
And I just never followed the sport after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it came here, and now hockey's number one for me.
Nice.
What was the thing that hooked you?
Just that it's local, because I'm a Packers fan, I'm a Dodgers fan, and it's just they're too far away from me.
Sure.
So to be able to go and do something all the time that is sports driven is really fun.
And you're hardcore. I've seen you. You're all in.
I'm all in.
So I'm gonna drop back to the photography.
Yeah. So I sat on 117, and then for warm-ups I would go down to the glass because
Of course,
that's
you
what
gotta
we
get
do.
you gotta get as close as you can.
Heck yeah.
So I started going on the glass. I started making signs every game, and I realized that nobody was sitting front row. So then after warm-ups, I just sit up there, and I kept.
Call that squatting.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And I kept emailing my rep to try to see if we could buy those tickets, but they weren't available because that row is retractable for concerts. And the arena was so new that they didn't have those in the system.
Oh, right on.
So I just kept sitting there, kept asking,
yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And because I sat right there, it's right in front of the photo hole.
Oh yeah.
So all the
Oh, you're
photographers,
sneaking in there.
Smart.
all the photographers were over there. So of course I'm talking their head off, trying to see, how did you get asked to be here, blah, blah, blah. And long story short, one of the photographers for CoachellaValley.com was down there. Of course, as a fan, if you see me at the arena, especially last year, you're not gonna miss me.
No.
So,
you got some exposure.
Especially if you're a photographer right there and I'm
Yep.
screaming in your
Yep.
ear.
Yep.
So he remembered me and remembered me asking about photography and how he got down there and everything. So he reached out to me at the end of last season asking if I could shoot for his team this year.
No way.
So
Whoa.
now I'm doing that.
So are you freelance or are you on the payroll?
No, I'm freelance. I just do it for fun.
But you're doing it for, now say, who's this for again so people can follow you?
Oh, CoachellaValley.com.
CoachellaValley.com. And I follow you on Instagram and all
Is
of
that
that.
the What's Happening in Coachella Valley people?
Yes.
They got good stuff on there. Yeah, that's
Yes.
good.
So you're out there doing a lot of, so what we're seeing is your work.
Yes.
You're really good.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
and I know we're a little biased because you took an amazing picture of us, but no, seriously, you really are. And I love your story because you said squatting. I was thinking she's an opportunist, and that's what
Whatever.
it is.
Yeah,
you have to be.
you gotta take advantage.
Exactly. You see an opportunity, and they remembered you, and you asked the right questions, and they remembered you for just being a super fan, and
Yeah.
then they're like, "Yeah, let's just do this," and
Yeah,
good
that's
for
awesome.
you. So,
Yeah.
is that kind of a dream? Was that a passion, a dream?
It was a dream. Yeah, I think sports photography is a dream job of mine. I just always figured, it's one of those things that wouldn't pay the bills. It's a lot of work, and I just didn't know how I would get my foot in the door.
It's in the door now.
You're in the
And
door.
here I am. So
Now you're gonna have a resume to work off of.
exactly,
Very, very cool.
exactly.
So,
Awesome.
sorry.
You're up.
You bought you bought the season tickets for your parents for you guys for Christmas, but were you there from the beginning on December 18th?
From the beginning,
So
I only missed. Sorry to cut you off.
no, okay.
I only missed 3 home games last year.
Nice.
Nice. I think I did it for travel work, but
Yeah, me too.
I was there.
we're putting a bow on the first season, and we're going to stop talking about it. But for this episode, and probably for the next one, we are going to, we're just going to do the last little bit of rehashing. So when on December 18th, first game, you're pulling in the parking lot, don't know anything about the arena, the team, nothing. What did you expect? What did you think was going to happen? What did you expect?
Well, I didn't expect to fall in love that hard with the team.
Yeah.
I didn't expect for it to have such an impact on the Valley. I feel like it has truly brought everyone together.
Sure.
I always say it's the best thing that has come to the Valley in a long time. It impressed me first game how many people showed up, not knowing what hockey was. I mean, nobody knows what hockey is here, I feel like.
They do now, don't they?
Yeah,
Right.
heck yeah.
So, yeah, I don't. It was. I had Snapchat memories pop up because it was 2 days ago.
Happy anniversary.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yep,
just
happy
on Monday.
anniversary.
Yeah.
Monday was
So
the day.
yeah, it was awesome to see how far we've all come in
Isn't
a
that
year.
amazing?
It is.
It's weird. It went fast, didn't it?
It is.
Fast.
That went very, very fast.
What was one of your favorite moments from last season?
Probably not biased or anything, but the overtime win of Riker scoring.
Rikes.
We were all out there until midnight,
Yep.
and there he was, our savior.
It's so funny because when we had him on the show, have you ever seen the show?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see his interview?
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
when he talked about it, and the way he was so nonchalant, because I asked him,
Right.
"Did you keep the puck?"
He's
and
like, "What?
He's like,
No."
"What? Like, why?" To him, it wasn't a big deal, and then of course I had to break it down to this kid.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you don't realize what you did, right? And
This
like
is
you
history.
said, it's history. And
Right.
in his mind, it was just a game. They were done.
He's like, I just wanted to go home.
They just
Oh,
wanted to
we
go home.
all
They
did,
they
but,
were
you know.
exhausted. They were
Yeah.
like looking at the ref. Hey, man, if you can just call something to make it go in. But I mean, they were ready for it to be over. But he really, I think it was just another goal to him. It really was. And
Yeah.
I had to be like, no, man, but it really wasn't.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
a big deal.
It was a big deal. It was a historic moment
Yeah, it was.
in our history. Yeah.
In our history.
Firebird history.
I already know the answer to this question, but since I'm asking everybody,
Love it.
who's your favorite player?
Well, Riker Evans. Last year, 117 is like defensive end, so I saw
see a
Riker
lot
a
of
lot.
You see a lot of him.
Yeah.
But this year, since fortunately
Fortunately
for
unfortunately,
Riker, we lost Riker. But Tucker Robertson has stood out to me, 32,
He's good.
Yeah,
and Connor Carrick.
Ooh.
Connor's kind of a badass.
He
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
He
Did you
is.
see him at the signing?
Yep.
His black eye.
Yep.
With a couple of them, and
Yeah.
he's not afraid to
I asked
High
him, hey, how's
stick.
the eye? He's like, fine.
like whatever.
Like, I love that. I love
Yeah.
that.
Guys
no,
are awesome.
They're both.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the new guys this year are very aggressive.
Yeah.
And I love that. But those two, I don't know, they just stood out to me.
I feel
So.
like they fit the culture well.
Yeah.
The new guys have either it's drafting or whatever, but they really have just kind of molded into our culture pretty
Yeah.
well, and they're fitting in like they're just
Right.
they've been
Like they've
around.
been here, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's hard to believe they're new, but
Okay, so we're talking about now we're into season 2. We're starting to really get into it now. I think we're like knee high into the season. We're not quite there yet, but what are you picking up from this season? What do you like? What do you liking? What are you seeing?
I'm liking how our team is being just picked and moved around, and the team has just continued to play aggressively
Yeah.
and like reinform and get to know each other and group up, and they're just, you wouldn't know if you're watching from an outside POV that half the team isn't even the same as the first opening day of this season.
Yeah.
So
You're right. We've lost a lot of
we
players.
have.
And that's the
so-
story of the AHL, though,
Yeah.
right? Like
Right.
we're foster parents. We're
It
foster
didn't,
fans.
it didn't happen
There you
this
go.
time
Yeah.
last year, though. We didn't
Yeah,
have a lot
that's
of
what
that.
I mean.
No,
It's
exactly.
completely different.
Yeah.
All gonna be
So-
new.
You're right.
This is what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every other team already knows it. We're
Next
just,
man- next
we're
man
just
up.
still learning it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Next year we'll be like, oh well, that happened last year, so.
Yep. I think we're starting to be able to this year, next year, we'll be. Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Bye.
We'll know. We'll know, and it won't even phase them. Right
Yeah.
now, it's like I'm kind of
Yeah.
a little sad. in
Sad
my
that
heart.
Lynn
yeah.
just got moved up.
But also happy.
Yeah.
More happy than sad, but still a little
Right.
sad.
But it's like when my oldest daughter went to college.
Aww.
It's one of those you're sad because you're not going to see him every day.
Shout
but
out to Kennedy.
Kennedy. But it's also I'm so proud.
Yeah.
Like it's a proud moment because they're living their dream, they're pursuing it, they're on to the next thing that they've been aspiring to do. And so it has that
End goal.
very same feel to it.
Yeah.
And she's a good kid. Like it's only going to be good things for her.
My daughter?
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, no, she's great, and she's a big. And
She
you guys are
is.
friends, so you
Yeah.
guys know each other. And
Yeah,
she's
she's
a
very
hockey
sweet.
fan too. She's all in.
Yeah.
Riker Evans is her fave.
Yes.
Yeah.
You gonna fight her over?
No.
Tell us about you.
My name's Ken Duncan. I'm originally from San Diego, California. Moved up Temecula in my early 20s. And then...
Wait, you live in Temecula now?
Yeah, I live in Temecula now. I was living in Palm Desert up until probably about 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
And then, when I heard that they were having the ice rink and the Firebirds coming, I was like, I got to go to that.
Really?
And finally did and became a fan. But yeah.
Wait, you drive from Temecula for every game?
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, I was driving from Palm Desert to Temecula every single day. Just go back and forth to work. So
What do you do?
I'm a senior manufacturing supervisor for Abbott Laboratories.
Oh, right on.
Mm-hmm.
That's a handle.
Dude, that's right
That's
there.
commitment, though. I think
That's commitment.
so far, I think I don't say you're the most traveled fan, but clearly one of the most dedicated.
That's what, almost 2 hours, right? 90 minutes anyway?
Yeah. Probably about that.
So I'm never going to complain again
I know,
about
right?
my little 20. Getting to the arena from my house is probably about 12 minutes tops. Getting home maybe 15, 20 because of everybody, doing what they do, trying to get out. So I will never again complain about traffic or getting out of there or whatever. I'm just going to shut up because
I'm so used to the drive.
Dude.
It doesn't even faze me.
That's amazing. Yeah. And also, so fun fact. Now you're repping this amazing medallion.
Yes.
And you've been rocking that since last season.
That's correct.
So
towards middle to end of last season, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember seeing you and sporting it, and now they have the Firebirds are now selling these medallions, but you're the original OG.
Thank you. Yes.
You're the OG of the medallion, and yours is blinged out. They don't have the same flair that you do, but
theirs don't spin.
Oh, are you catching that?
Ken is medallion.
Are you catching that? So that's, you're the guy I remember last season. Then they were starting to sell them this year, and I immediately thought of you because I'm like, no, the guy this is the guy. So how did that feel when they started selling those, and you're like, dude, I'm way ahead of the game?
I was very flattered by it. Like, some people might have been maybe a little bit jealous or something like that. But I remember last year people were asking me, like, hey, can you make me one of those? Hey, can you make me one? And honestly, they take a lot of, because this is all hand done.
Dude, there's so much going on in that thing.
That's a lot of bling.
And, it's great. Like, even the people who wearing those chains that they get from the team store, that's fantastic.
Oh, they're great. Yeah.
Show
they're
it,
not. They're not.
I remember last year, as we're getting towards the playoffs and stuff, I thought, wouldn't that be fantastic to have, like, the Manny Machado style,
right.
hit the home run. So that's where it kind of came from.
Okay.
And I was like, we need to have something like that. We need to have swag chains.
Yeah, man. Well, you nailed it.
So,
dude, I wouldn't even know where to get the component parts.
and so.
I'm an art school dropout, so I went to art school. So
apparently you were doing just fine. That thing's gorgeous. That thing's amazing.
Man.
Yeah.
I love seeing it. Every single time I was like blown away. I'm like, dude, this guy's got it. And then they started selling it, and I was like, dude, they bit his style so hard.
Yeah.
And I'd feel pretty good about it too.
Yeah, I think it's great. It's anything to get the fans involved. Support the team. I think it's fantastic.
Well, and you're a big supporter for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
What so what got you into? So we'll flash back to last season. We hear of the Firebirds. Hockey's coming to the Valley. What made you become a season ticket holder? What made you decide to jump all in and become a fan?
My first game that I went to was in January. I think it was like, I can't remember what time in January, but I remember the game, it was versus the Bakersfield Condors. Yeah. And I went there with a friend of mine, and I remember that game going into overtime, and I was hooked. I was sitting, I think it was second row to the left of the goal, slightly to the left of the goal, and I was hooked. And just started going whenever I could. And then I think it was in March or April of that same year, they finally, I inquired about it, and finally they got a hold of me. They were a little slow with that, but ended up buying some tickets, season tickets.
Nice.
Where's your seats?
In section 113.
Shout out 113.
Yeah, 113. Yeah, can I give a shout out real quick?
100%.
Yeah.
All right, I just want to give a shout out to section 113. I want to say hi to Anastasia, Brian, Anna, and Kelsey.
What up, guys?
Don't forget Kelsey. Go Go do it.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, we have 106. That's obviously our section, and we have our people too. So and we've talked about on the show repeated. Well, you listen, right?
Yeah.
Like every section's amazing. Like
Every
we love
section-
ours. That's
yeah.
where we live. But
yeah,
every section,
the stories
every
are
fan
the
is
same, and
amazing.
everybody. So I'm glad that
I
you're.
remember my first game, and I was there, and I think you were in your I can't remember if it was the orange or the
The
blue.
teal?
Yeah,
Yep.
the teal suit, and I was like, wow, this team pretty much just started, and we got this super fan over here,
Yeah.
right? And I was just like, wow. So I was like, this is something here already, even before I had even gotten there. And you're kind of one of the main reasons, that you guys kind of sparked it up.
See, you've got
being
the
way you are.
impact.
So
No, I appreciate that, man.
yeah.
It's fun. I mean, like I'm one of many. I just wear an orange suit. I wanted to bring my own flair. I mean, you have yours. I think everybody started to kind of figure out their own thing. We had Joe sitting in the chair, and he's got this amazing hat, and he screams at the goalies, and
Yes, he
it's
does.
great. And everybody,
I'm surprised he has a voice.
yeah, and that he's not a big guy, but all this he's got his power.
Got a lot of
voice.
power in that
A lot of
voice.
power.
Uses that diaphragm.
Yeah, and so for me it was the same thing. It's just like how can I find my own creative way to just come out and support and just be a fan. I mean that's all it is.
And then like you're like a cross between like Don Cherry. Do you know who he is?
I've heard the name.
Okay, you're a cross
Help me.
between Don Cherry.
Okay.
And then what's that other guy's name? Dapper Dan from Harlem, New York.
Ooh,
Look
pretty
it
dapper.
up. It's a compliment because
I believe it.
yeah.
I trust you.
yeah.
You've been very nice to me over the season and in the past, and so I trust you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. It's just the suit. I think the suit makes anybody look good at the end of the day.
Well,
I
it's the
think that's
suit and the added flair to it. So like
Oh.
Don Cherry always had the nice suits, the ties and everything. But you kind of ditch the tie, you're rocking
No,
the
you rock- you
Firebirds.
rock it so
but then
well.
you add the flair to it.
Thank
right?
you.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate that. Yeah, and again, we're one of many. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So January, the team has been playing for a few weeks, and you're like, I'm going to go to a game. Like, what did you expect on your first game? Like, what did you think you were walking into?
I didn't know. I had no expectations. That was my first time ever walking inside, even Acrisure. And I was like, wow, this is like a very modern arena, right? I mean, as compared to like the Toyota Center over in Ontario. The place was amazing. The people were extremely friendly.
Yes.
You could see the early fan support right off. And you just knew, like, you just felt electric being there. And that was like something like, if you can bottle it up, you could sell that stuff, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
For a lot.
Were you a hockey guy before?
I've always wanted to go watch hockey. I just never went and done it. I don't watch it so much on TV or anything. It's just something I wanted to go experience. And then instantly I was hooked and became a fan.
How long after the first game did you get your jersey and your hat and your,
Well,
get
I
yourself all
bought
set up?
Next day.
that same night that I went, I bought a Firebirds hat.
Heck yeah.
And then I think it was probably about two games later, I bought my first jersey.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's in your collection now?
Well, I got three. I got two of the home jerseys and one of the aways, but then unfortunately I got two bootleg ones. But
Whoa, we won't
But
talk
I-
about
Cut that
that.
out. I don't know. We'll fix that in post.
So you have two home jerseys. Why do we have two? What are you sporting on the back of the?
nothing. That one's blank.
Okay,
The other
okay.
one I had customized with Fuego Flav.
Oh, sick. And didn't you I saw you on Instagram recently, just go ahead and you bought some hockey gear and some skates and got fitted.
What?
Yes, sir.
What?
I know some things. I've done some research,
did
man.
your
I follow this
research.
guy. He went and got skates. He wanted to you start off, correct me if I'm wrong in the story, but you just went and got skates. You got fitted, molded, got the blades, did the whole thing, and then you're like, you know what? I think I need to get some gear to go with it, some pads and some other stuff, gloves. Tell me about that.
Yeah, me and my friend Brian, we were talking about. It's like, hey man, let's get on a hockey team. And
I love that.
And so I was like, okay, in order for me to do that, I'm kind of obsessive compulsive, like kind of by nature. So
I think the medallion tells us that story. Yeah.
It actually helps me stay motivated to do something, to stick to something.
Yeah.
So I figured, okay, I want to go learn to skate. I'm going to learn to play hockey. I may not be good at it, but I'm not getting any younger.
That's right.
And it's something that I want to experience. So I treated myself.
Good for you.
I went and got fitted for skates. Got them
Have you tried
already.
them out yet?
Nope. I'm hopefully
Do you
going
know
to
how
try
to-
them out next year.
Do you know how to skate?
I haven't been on ice skates in like over 25 years. So it's going to be brand new.
Where are you going to? You're going to take lessons, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Where?
At the Berkeley
Right here?
Foundation. Yeah.
That's that's kind of the story how I started. Like this one day, I'm like, somebody's at work. Let's play. Okay, you ever played before? No. You ever played before? No. Got some skates, took lessons, and next thing you know, you think you're hooked now. Oh, just wait.
Well, we're looking for
Just
people
wait.
to join our team.
I'm in.
Right? You're in?
I'm 100% in. Yeah, I'm absolutely
Are
in.
you in?
We'll talk about it off air.
You won't. You just fist bumped, so now you're in.
I probably will because I'm that crazy, and I can skate already, but I just need to know. Like, I just got to get into.
You learn
the
it
thing.
as you go. You learn it.
More of it, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll figure that out. But it sounds like a lot of fun, and we keep joking about getting out there and doing
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm going to.
Oh, I'm not joking. I'm serious.
I know you're not.
Yeah.
You're in. I know
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna learn from the very beginning to
Good for you.
as much as I can.
That's what this sport has done. That's what the boys have done. What's one of your favorite memories? You know, so you started in January, and there's been so many great games. Like you said, I know the first game with the overtime that stuck with you. Is there anything else like throughout the last season that stuck out to you that was your favorite?
Yeah, it's a little weird. Game 7, Calder Cup Finals.
That was your favorite.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
I ended up going with my daughter. She ended up coming back from school, and I said, "Come to a game with me." And I
Come
go,
to
"This is
the game with
yeah,
me."
this is the biggest game that."
Historic game.
Yeah. So she ended up coming along. Even though we lost in overtime, that created like a huge pit in my stomach.
Sure.
But that didn't last very long. When you seen the boys kind of get together and we're kind of consoling each other, you had that overwhelming sense of pride,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
And even though in the other games, like winning, that is super sweet, but just you could tell that they legitimately cared, just not for themselves, but for us as a fan base as well.
100%.
And
We felt it. They felt it. Yeah.
and even though that stung, right? But
Still does a little.
But there was a lot of beauty in that as well. At
That's
the same
right.
time.
Well, I think that's very poetically said. There's a lot of beauty there in a lot of pain. You can find those moments.
I mean, I wanted that for like Tenny and Eddie.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, and Joey, they all played their asses off all season long. They played more games than anybody. They traveled. The road was the hardest for them, and the expectation level was just through the roof by that point. Everybody expected for that to happen, and it didn't go the way. And they probably felt like they let us down a little bit, the Valley as a whole.
But they didn't.
But
like
they
if
didn't.
you're still thinking that, you did
Yeah,
not
they
let
did
us
not.
down at
No,
all.
absolutely. And they feel that. They know what they did overall as far as bringing everybody together. I know the slogan was, what we rise together.
Mm-hmm.
They did that. Sometimes it could be a cheesy tagline, but they really did. Here you are.
I mean, they went a long way
Heck
in their
yeah.
inaugural season.
Who does that?
Like,
Who does that? Game 7.
couldn't have been more.
It was a
proud.
beautiful night. I'll never forget it. It was magical. To go into overtime.
And people
Game 7.
stayed.
Heck yeah, we did.
People stayed.
Nobody
Where are we
was
going?
leaving. Nobody was leaving
Yeah,
that game.
No.
Yeah.
If we could have
Right.
gone out on the ice and hugged the boys, we would have.
I mean,
Yeah.
and my second favorite game was against Calgary on that one when I went to triple overtime.
Triple overtime. The
So
Midnight Madness
everybody's
game.
yeah.
Well, I had to work at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning.
And you had to drive to
That's when you might as well just stay up.
dude.
I was good.
You weren't
I was
going
good.
anywhere.
I was on such an emotional high at that point in time.
That was fun.
Yeah.
God, that
So
was
funny. I wonder. I mean, we've asked, but do they know? Do any of the players know? Does anybody in the organization know that they had such an effect in that moment that a guy drove 90 miles to go to work in an hour after the game, not
Right.
having gotten any sleep,
Right.
because he was on such a high from having won that game?
Well,
I mean, what other sport does that?
I mean, my goodness, we've got. I think the fan base here is probably, by far the best. Clearly, I know we're biased, but everybody we've spoken with, they say it, and clearly you're a shining example of that. Dude, you travel a long way for every game, and you're always there. You're always rooting. We see you, we hear you. It's awesome. It's great.
even though I may not hang my hat here anymore,
Yeah.
this place is still a huge part.
This is home.
Yeah.
Good for you. So this season, what are we seeing this season that you're liking? What are you picking up from the boys?
You know what? Well, Shore's back up in Seattle, but man, his speed is unbelievable.
He's awesome.
Cale Morris, the other
That
night,
guy, we talked about him.
Champion right there, boy.
43 out of 44 shots the guy blocked.
Pretty incredible.
That was amazing. I'm liking. I think Cole Lind is a little bit more aggressive this year.
Oh yeah, he's
I'm
stepping into his
Yeah.
role.
I'm liking that.
Yeah.
Max McCormick, gets a little
11
testy
goals
too.
already.
Max has a bit of fire.
11
Yeah, he
goals.
does have some
last
fire.
time.
He's doing
Yeah.
it.
But he's got quite a bit of rips and quite a bit of apples. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the guy's doing phenomenal. Still got a soft spot there for our boy Hughes.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I love Hughes, man.
I really want to see him get up to Seattle.
For sure.
He has great puck handling. He's not selfish with the puck. And
Well, my daughter works at the Classic Club. They golf there. She says he is like the nicest guy in the world, like super, super nice.
yeah, he seems pretty down to earth guy.
On the ice, seeing him around, but
Yeah.
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 Did
Well-
you see him that one game? The guy was getting testy with him, kind of shoving around a little bit, and he took his stick and just kind of got him right in the back of behind the knees. Oh man, it was beautiful. It happened like almost.
He's
right
got
in front
moves.
of me.
He's got some stuff.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, go get it.
Yeah. He's got a nasty side.
Yeah.
Well, he
Do
took
you,
a skate to the face. I mean, the guy's
Oh yeah,
he's
right.
tough.
he's a badass. He's
Yeah,
so bad.
come on.
Do you have a favorite player?
Yeah, Hughes.
Hughes.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely a fan favorite.
I like it.
Yeah.
I remember last year though, we were playing against. It was one of the games against Calgary, and you know how Tennyson was on the ice, and he was like, when he was on the ice, he was just like stone cold. like,
Yeah.
just that serious look.
Killer.
I was sitting kind of near their bench, and he kind of looks up, and he's seen this. It's the first time I've ever seen that guy almost crack a smile.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, that's it.
You knew you had something.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
And I
That
think
Matt
that was like
Tenney?
the first or I think that
Such a nice guy.
I think that was like the first or second time I actually wore this thing, and I was like, that's cool.
He's he's a sweetheart. He was on our show a couple episodes back, and he was just the nicest guy. He is what you think he is.
Yeah.
Like, that's sometimes they don't live up. You hope they're going to be what they are, but he really is.
Just a down to earth regular dude that just happens to have mad skills.
mad skills
Mad
and
skills.
attitude to back
Yeah.
it up.
yeah, and he wasn't a small guy on the ice.
No, he played big.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. That's so cool, man.
For sure.
and I love the tennis talks. Him and Garth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully
that
they'll-
was great.
word
I
on
would
the
love
street.
where they might come back.
They might come
You know,
back.
we'll
Yeah.
see.
He touched
We'll
on
see.
that during the golf tournament when they did his Instagram.
Diddles
So
in it.
Garth apparently is like, yeah, we'll do it.
Oh, Garth's gone. Garth is not
We'll
going to
have
be
to find
available.
somebody else to sit in the
record,
pool.
yeah.
I am happy for him with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
doing fantastic.
Who do we
he is.
see in the Garth spot then? Who's in the pool?
Well, I mean, you could put a Rook in there if you wanted to. You could put Winterton in there if you want, but
No, he's too pretty.
You know what, Robertson?
I was thinking maybe Robertson.
Tucker?
Maybe.
Robertson too. He's got a nasty
Maybe
side
put
to him, you
Hughes
can
back
tell.
in
It's
there.
good.
Put Hughes in the water and just let him smile the whole time.
That'd be fun. Maybe Cale Morris, right?
Cale
Cale Morris, young kid.
Yeah, and
mad
he's got
skills.
that.
He's got that.
Yeah.
The look to him.
Or maybe the other Cale. We put the other.
Oh, Cale Fleury.
Maybe we put Fleury
Oh
in there.
yeah.
He would be. He's a good stone-faced,
Yep.
mellow,
He's funny,
yeah,
too.
nice kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Let's hit up some rapid fire.
Yeah, man. So you know the show.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Did you prep your answers because you knew you were getting
No,
rapid fire, right?
No, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, he knew this was coming. We
Well, you know what? The last episode you kind of changed them up, so I don't know what to expect.
We added to him a little bit.
no, I thought I stayed pretty in rhythm.
No,
I
you
just,
did,
the
but then I
order
added a
wasn't
couple in
the,
there,
the
yeah.
order wasn't quite there
Yeah.
because I didn't have my cheat sheet. But
Right.
I thought I did pretty good
No,
off
you
the
did
cuff.
good. You did.
I think I did okay. All right, man. What's your favorite food out at the arena?
It's not there anymore, unfortunately.
I know what you're gonna say.
What?
Fuego fries?
No,
Oh,
no.
what's not there?
There was that seafood place that was back there in the
Oh
corner.
yeah,
And they had poutine.
interesting. I never ate there.
Yeah.
I walked by there and it kind of.
I think I ate there one time and got a bit of a tummy ache
Yeah,
after.
I don't know. I think the seafood in
Was
the
a
arena
li-
was
yeah,
just
it
a
was
bit
a
Well,
little
it was just
funky.
like gravy, cheese curds, but
Ooh.
instead of French fries, it was like on chips, kind of like the
Okay.
thick kind of homemade chips, and then it had like a little bit of a lobster bisque in it.
Ooh,
So,
I'm getting
that
kinda
actually
hungry.
sounds really good. Now you got me.
Yeah, I'm getting kinda hungry.
but they don't have it no more.
You're
I went there Saturday, and not there.
What's your go-to? What's your guys' favorite food out the arena?
What's your favorite food?
Oh, we know this one. What do you like to eat at the arena? We were just talking about it.
Kettle corn.
That's right.
Kettle
Meat.
Absolutely.
Speaking of, I heard they're opening a storefront.
She's
Shout out.
They're working on it. Yep. Gladys is working
She
on
got
it.
so busy because of the support from you guys out
Yep.
there, and of course me, and I know you guys too. But yeah, they got so busy that they're opening up.
Hey, look, they're not our sponsor or anything at all.
Not at
We
all.
just love them.
Yep.
And cannot praise them enough. Go get yourself some popcorn if you haven't yet.
Absolutely. What is your favorite food out at the arena?
Oh, by far, I like the tri-tip. My husband loves the bundt cakes.
The tri-tip.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for CB barbecue, it's
Yeah.
pretty insane.
Yeah.
I've never.
Yeah,
Our producer, did you have CB? Was it good?
it's pretty good.
Pretty on point. Oh, I haven't had that yet.
It's pretty
It
good.
smelled
needed-
amazing.
They need to have some more odd juice, though.
Okay.
I'm a cook
Yeah,
from
a little-
the
okay.
trade.
All right.
But otherwise, it's a good one. It fills your
Smells
stomach.
amazing every time.
Yeah.
I have yet to
Yeah,
try it. So okay.
I smell
I'll do
the
that next.
nachos, but I can't eat nachos. That barbecue nachos that people have in front of us. Oh my
They're
god,
pretty
they smell
good.
so good.
They're pretty
Yeah,
good.
the nachos
Yeah,
are good.
people rave about the nachos.
What's your go-to?
I like their burger. Burger's a good burger. Just
That
a burger.
smash burger's good.
Yeah, I don't think I've had that one either.
Let's go. Let's get
Okay,
it.
let's go.
Saturday.
Man, that's hard because it used to be the fish place, but they got rid of it.
Ken was on here
Yeah.
talking about the fish place. He loved that too.
Yeah, because it's right up my section.
Right
so I
behind
just
you guys.
don't, you know.
Okay.
I actually haven't had any food this season.
Can we make some suggestions?
Yes,
Please.
of course.
All right. So
Oh, the smash burger
Oh,
and the Shack Big Chicken Sandwich, both
Oh.
absolute winners.
yep.
okay.
If you want to no fail, I mean, obviously, Kettle Meata's
Kettle meat is just
popcorn.
The popcorn is
for
so
sure.
good.
I recommend get the nachos. So it's not
Oh,
far
dude,
from where
those
you're
nachos
at.
are good.
Yeah, go up, go back to the corner there, right by
Yeah.
the entrance from where you're
Yeah.
at, and just wait in line and get those nachos.
Okay.
Fire.
The empanada place right by 106
those are
gets
pretty
good.
no
Yeah, that's on the
love
other
from
side.
anybody.
But they're good.
But
They're good.
it's $9. You get two. They're really tasty.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with
Good
the
to know.
burger as my favorite,
Okay.
but there's a lot of other really good choices.
Yeah, Shack's Big Chicken, outside the popcorn's more of a snack rather than an actual.
Right.
But also CV barbecue. Everybody has been raving about that. Now I haven't had it myself, but
Their loaded tots are good. I had those last season.
Oh yeah, the tots are good.
Yeah.
maybe we'll try next time.
Yep.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Teddy bear toss
Tot toss.
coming in hot.
Tot toss.
Toss your tots.
I like that. I'm not even gonna.
Wrong.
I'm stopping right.
Family show.
I'm gonna be a grown up right
Family
now. I'm gonna show my maturity. Okay. Well, what's the favorite spot that you like to go to in the valley
Ooh. Oh my goodness.
or a good meal?
Good meal. Let's do fresh agave.
Ooh.
Okay. Haven't heard that one yet.
Us either. That's a good call. Haven't been there.
Shout out
Oh
to
wait,
Ryan.
I
no.
trust you.
Tenny said fresh agave. I think.
Did
Oh,
he?
there you
I think
go.
he did.
Outside of Porta Villa, I think that's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Out here, El Mexicali in Indio.
Mexicali and Indio.
Oh yeah, on Monroe. Oh, they've got
Interesting.
the what are those jalapeno shrimp things? The Gorritos. Have you ever seen mayonnaise and soy sauce in a Mexican restaurant?
Yeah.
Dude,
Actually.
it's so. Did you try the Gorritos?
No.
They've got I don't know where else to get them, but
Okay.
it's at El Mexicali. They've got it's like green jalapeno, like yellow jalapenos, shrimp, put a little mayonnaise and a little soy sauce.
Let's go.
So good,
Okay.
so good.
Good answer. I like that.
My favorite is actually my favorite pizza is Kitchen 86.
Yes.
I got to do a shout out to them.
Yes.
Because they have this. It sounds really weird, but
No.
it is a blackberry pizza. And
My wife loves it.
Oh yeah.
It is phenomenal.
It
dude.
has
is phenomenal.
apple bacon.
It's really
It has
So
it
strong.
has so many good stuff
Yeah,
on it.
it's like a
Blackberry?
jam. It's a jam
Blackberry.
kind of pastry that they
It's
put.
probably amazing, but
It's
my brain
so
is having
good.
a hard
I know.
time
I thought the same
figuring
thing,
it out.
and it's gluten free. That's why she.
there's a
she
gluten
likes
free.
it.
Yeah.
It's so we had it, and I same thing. I made that face, and then I tried. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
This
I mean, I thought the national argument was over pineapple, but
No.
blackberry
I
is
know.
not going to be a new argument.
Well, that's because I'm allergic to tomatoes, so I can't eat any
Okay.
tomato products. So
Yeah. No, it was great.
I
Kitchen
saw that, and
86
I'm like,
does a great
snatch
job.
it. The other one is, of course, my go-to is Red Lobster.
No, okay.
For fun and good food, when we're in the area, we like to go to Las Casuelas and Palm Springs.
Best
Oh,
Mars.
yeah, lots of
Salas.
it is good.
They've got the live band,
Yep.
the outside seating, good food. Yeah.
Yep,
Let's go.
You know,
Yeah.
good answer.
one of the best pizzas in the valley is at the Hood on 111.
Yeah.
The dive bar down there.
Really?
With Brad and everybody. They still cook the good slice of giant size sliced pizza with a good Pat's Blue Ribbon. Can't knock it. You know. It's a
Shout
good
out to the
time.
Hood
Right,
and the
there you go,
pizza
the Hood.
game. All right, I'll come by. I know where that's at. Real good. What's on your radio come game day? Like, what are you bumping heading to the arena?
We're a big fan of a group called Matt and Kim. They're around forever. They're the Toyota commercial song. If you ever hear that beat in the back, that's Matt and Kim.
Okay.
Learn
They're
something
from
new.
New York. Great band. We just saw them in Santa Ana not too long ago. It was a great time.
Cool.
Soundtrack to Shorzy.
The show, the YouTube show.
Okay.
Yeah.
The soundtrack.
About the hockey ref.
There's a soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
Cool. I'm gonna have to check that one out.
it's great. It's on Hulu.
All right. I'm definitely gonna check it out. All
well,
right.
Of course.
So what is
it's
it?
the what is it though? The radio station that you purchase. It's the Christian Message. I love listening to Christian music. When Leonard and I drive, my husband, we drive from out of town, going down the hill. Then we turn on Broadway. So because we both played in the band and orchestras, and
Love
I
it.
sang in choirs and
Billy.
stuff. So yeah, we're
you
singing
go.
show tunes.
Yeah, Billy Rodriguez from Silvercrest.
Oh, Billy loves the show too.
He loves it. Yeah, he loves
Yeah,
he loves all that. So
Yeah.
that's interesting.
We love Broadway,
That's great.
so we go to Broadway.
Well, Pump It Up,
Like the song.
the song, it's played during warm-ups. That's like my Firebird
Nice.
song.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I always play that, or I post it on my story when I post the
Okay.
Firebirds.
Oh.
That one.
I didn't catch that, so I'll have to start paying attention to
Yeah.
that. Okay, we got
Gotta
the
pay
same song
attention.
going. Stadium. I usually playing your music. What is it?
Hold on, it's
What do we got? Whoop there.
There it is.
We're waiting for the
that's
That's
our
old
game.
school.
That's our game.
I
That's our
love
game
that.
day.
Yeah, that's a
And
game.
you got a
That's
sign for it.
his request.
That's so cool. You guys even have a sign for it. I like that.
All right, so if any of the administration's listening for a goal, come on, let's hit it. Whoop, there it is.
Upside
DJ,
down.
hit that button.
Yep, just for Firebird family.
go.
Fuego family.
What
Here.
Yep, we're getting there. What's a treat yourself day look like for you guys?
If
Maybe-
you get one,
If you
ever.
get one.
Almost all a day without kids.
A day
Just
with
kidding.
anything. A day without kids. A quiet time.
Quiet time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just sitting in a restaurant staring at each other in silence.
Yeah. Totally.
You're not
Or
mad
taking
at
a
each other.
nap, yeah.
Taking a nap.
Highly underrated naps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that answer, actually, because I remember those days.
Yep.
And my son is sitting right here, and he's got an older sister. They were 19 months apart, and I remember
Oh yeah.
very
yep,
much.
That's
yeah.
it.
Oh,
All right, so you
man. Treat my day. Probably getting my nails done.
Nice.
Which, of course, I did for.
Love it.
Look at that. Perfect.
Did
Yeah.
you do that for the show?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
but I
okay.
did get it for the season.
We don't
'cause,
rate.
That's okay.
I had another one, but I needed a red undertone, so they showed up better. So.
All right.
Well, if I'm being besides hockey,
Yeah.
it's either going up to go fly an airplane or I like to play pinball.
Right on. What do you fly?
Well, I'm not current anymore. I do have my license, it's just not current. Either fly Piper Warriors or Cessnas.
Nice.
Nice.
I want to get my license. That's one
My
of
wife won't let me.
I know. Mine was actually she's more okay with me doing that than getting a motorcycle. So go figure.
I could probably
flying
win that,
is
yeah.
so safe.
Yeah.
Flying is so safe.
I would love to do that. That's one of my bucket lists.
It's the falling that's the problem. Flying's the safe part. It's the
I don't worry about that so much. I don't know why.
Big luck.
Winning in fantasy football.
That's a treat yourself day.
Gosh,
Hey.
I can't wait. Because we're in the championships right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's coming up. So you're in the playoffs? Are
Yes,
you-
I am.
oh,
First
good for
place
you.
right now.
I just got
yeah.
knocked out. So
Oh, man.
yeah, sad day. For me.
Tyreek Hill screw you or something?
Yes, he did.
Oh, he did.
Great, yeah,
he looked
it-
like a Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, he was my guy, and meh, nothing.
Yep.
What
Now,
are
what are
you
you
gonna
going to do?
Well, every year I just show up, dude. Like we got to show up and just play the
you gotta
games.
show up and play.
That's it. Yep, that's what we do. All right.
Treat myself day, probably staying home watching sports all day.
Right on.
That's a treat myself day.
Yeah.
What's your number one sport?
Relaxing. Racing.
Whoa.
NASCAR.
Cool.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there. If you're not already attached, I mean, I know Riker has been like your go-to, but there's a lot of guys out there that are right now taking down notes because I
okay.
mean, to find a companion that's definitely into sports and sitting down watching racing of all things and hockey and sports. I mean, yeah, it should be no problem filling up your dance card. Holy cow. Are you a DC or MCU person?
MCU.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's your favorite superhero?
Oh man, I'm gonna go with Captain America just because it was that for a long, long time.
Cool.
So
Strong.
We'll go Captain America.
Like
Okay.
it, guy.
Not the newer DC that's happening now, but before all that, yeah, DC.
Awesome. What's your who's your favorite superhero?
I'm just gonna give someone a shout out. I'm gonna go with the Arrow.
Whoa.
Wow.
All right.
Digging deep.
Yeah.
That's a
Digging
good one.
deep.
Yeah. It's a good
Plastic
series,
Man
too.
if I want to, but
Look at you. Joe got some depth. He's reaching in the
All
bag of
right.
tricks,
I'm
man.
not expecting that.
Probably more DC, I
Okay.
think.
Okay, who's your favorite superhero?
You're going to laugh at this one.
I won't.
Plastic Man.
Plastic Man. I thought
That's
the
a new
Arrow
one.
was obscure.
That's a new one.
Plastic
Well,
Man.
Joe did actually reference Plastic Man
He
a
did.
little bit under his breath. I
Yeah.
did catch that, so
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Why?
Like when I was a kid, I born in the 70s, right? Kind of grew up in the early 80s. And it used to be on TV, so
I
and
remember.
you remember like the little Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah.
He used to bend around.
Yeah.
He was like originally like a safe cracker guy, and then he became like a superhero.
And so that's why that's your dude.
Okay.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool,
Very
man.
good.
He had cool glasses,
So do you.
You got
So
the
do
coolest
you,
glasses
man.
in the house.
Yeah, literally, I love him.
Thank you.
Iron Man.
Man.
All right.
Okay.
So what other?
Honey, I can't give you that answer because when my brother passed away, I was just sharing with you.
Yep.
He had the third largest superpowers collection in the U.S. and Canada.
Superpowers collection.
Yes, everything from clothes to movies to we had.
What was his jam? What was his thing?
He loves Stan Lee,
Yeah,
all the
okay,
stuff, and he's
that's
actually
Marvels.
his urn is actually Marvels.
Marvels, then. Okay.
He's a
Marvel it
Marvel,
is.
yeah.
All right.
He
So
was
let me
a
ask
big
you.
Marvel.
Let me ask you this: what's your favorite? Who is your favorite superhero?
I gotta say,
It could be what? It might be the thing.
I love Wonder Woman, of course.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that's the
duh.
first. That's
And-
actually
First
the
Wonder Woman,
first
yeah.
one.
But I got to tell
Love it.
you, Bionic Woman when I was growing up because she's my high school alumni.
Really?
Yes.
She was my
and I met
crush. I
her
had such a
several
crush on her.
times. Yeah,
And she's like 80 and she's still smoking hot. Lindsay
yeah. So
Wagner.
So Linda Carter was mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
The original
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
I got to meet them when they came to the Palm Springs Comic-Con,
Mm-hmm.
and I went up to Lindsay and I had 4 connections with her. Our drama teacher got her agent and helped her get the gig auditioned for Bionic Woman. Her uncle house was my bus stop. He was one
kidding.
street away from
Look
us,
at that.
and we would hear Lindsay's in the house. I worked at Biff's Seafood. It was Heidi's restaurant that was in Gresham, and she lived real close. So we would hear Lindsay's in the house. That meant everybody stopped. Even the lettuce got clean, new. Everything that was on her plate was fresh because
Can you imagine having
our
that
boss
kind of clout,
loved
dude?
him.
Having that rate, like I don't.
Shut
there's
it
no
down
restaurant I can go
fresh.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
It was everything was fresh for her, and I met her and her mom, and she's a beautiful person
awesome.
inside now. Yeah.
Let me ask. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Very
yep,
much.
That's
yeah.
it.
All right. So you're gonna be. Watch this.
Here we
Are
go.
you guys DC or MCU people?
No comment.
Oh, that might be a family. I see those eyes. That's a family fight right there.
Whoa.
I think one's DC and the other's MCU.
I honestly don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Really? Okay. So DC being Superman, Wonder Woman. Then you got MCU being
Yeah, there it
Marvel.
is. So
Oh, sorry.
once it,
I'm not changing my question.
we've had like 17 guests and 16 of them had no clue what you were talking
but
about.
the ones that knew,
The
they
one,
knew.
the one that
There was
knew.
3, bro.
All right, so then I can't remember which one this falls under, but I'm Captain America.
So that's
Marvel.
my next question. Who's your favorite superhero?
Okay. Yeah.
So Captain America is yours. So you're MCU.
Yeah,
3. What do you got?
Superhero.
superhero.
Shane.
Oh,
Great answer.
Oh, did you guys hear that? Are you all out there
That's good.
taking notes right now?
and now
Yeah.
I'm in trouble.
That is
now
so
I'm in
I
trouble.
like it. All right. Other than what you guys do now, so you guys own a company, right?
We don't. It's family business.
Yeah.
You own
Family
there's a
business.
family
Yeah, yeah.
business. You guys are in the asphalt industry, and we have that connection because I used to do that as a job. So that's what you guys do now. Other than that, what other profession would you like to try or done?
Ooh. Professional hockey player, man.
Nice.
Right on. Great answer.
Great answer.
Great
yeah,
answer.
if I had the opportunity to go back and do it a little different, but hey, I'm happy with where I'm at.
Absolutely. Bree, what do you
So
got? Would you like to try or done?
jet fighter pilot, maybe?
No. I think I've already done it. I was bartending for a long time, and I think that was pretty fun.
Fun,
I met a lot of people, made a lot of drinks, cool
Love it.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, you seem like a people person.
Yeah.
And that's what's all part of it. My dad was a bartender for a long time.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Last
teacher.
question.
I wanted to be a teacher for a long time.
What do you teach?
Probably like elementary school.
So you cover
very
all
noble.
the
Yeah.
just be with the kids,
Yeah.
impart wisdom on the children.
Yes.
Good for you. It's very admirable.
Be Fuego.
Mascot.
100%.
Okay.
I mean, I always thought a little something like circus or anything, but I always think, I'm like, how would you do and how do you do it there? And then, blah, blah, blah. I just never got there clearly. It was just work. Something like that.
Cool.
I would have loved to have even done it in high school, but that's always a cheerleader's job, so I
Yep.
wasn't
Well,
going to
you got the energy for it.
Yeah.
Dude, right on. That's a good answer.
But I hear he's from, I always think me and him, like I said, I do my best not to ever interrupt his drum, but I always feel like me and him.
I don't know if you can. That guy beats that
Well,
thing
I
like
try to
like it
find
owes
it.
it money.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
just-
exactly.
No, I try to
Yep.
beat him before I ruin it. I'm
timing
just
it just
one
right.
of these days maybe we could do that Peter Griffin thing, where I'm fighting the big, chicken.
Fighting the
thing.
chicken.
That'd be pretty good, actually. All right, last one.
You know what we do, don't you?
Yeah.
We
but
have three
I'm-
businesses and
Sure.
a church and
But
stuff.
other than all that,
But
All
other
that
than
other
all of
stuff.
never
that,
done before.
let me ask you,
Okay.
what
I'd really like to do,
Yeah.
I'm into art. I took a lot of art in college. I would love to be an artist and also have an art gallery,
Awesome.
which is my plans
That's
when
great.
we get the building built that we're doing. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Wonderful. All right. So,
Well, I've done stand-up comedy. I've done. I'm trying to think here. Going to be an animator. Decided not to do that. Let me see.
dude.
You know what? I've done a lot of things. Probably be on be a radio show host or something like that.
Very cool.
I mean, I don't have the face for TV. It's more like a face for radio. So geez.
Don't kid yourself.
Oh, dude, you're good. Yeah, you'd be
You got the
great.
goods.
You'd be great. That's interesting. That's really awesome. So I got more questions, but we'll just keep it simple because we're going to have to do this again because there's a lot of onion being peeled back from a lot of our guests. We got some really interesting people in the house, on this episode. It's just been awesome to do that. And, man, you've got a story to tell, I can tell.
Before you get to the last question,
sir.
have you ever, where have you done stand-up comedy?
In Temecula.
At the Chucklehead or whatever they have down
No,
there?
it was this place. It was owned by Rocky Osborne. And I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the place. And I did it a few times, and then I performed
Hard,
at
right?
Yeah,
Hard.
and I performed at the Shamrock. But one of my very first time doing it was the best time.
Really?
And they could go, I can't believe this is your first time. And I try to emulate that, and there was nothing I couldn't get close to the feeling of that first night.
You were just in the pocket. You were in the zone that night.
Yeah, and then
Audience was just right, and your timing was just right.
And then as you're doing it, I mean, I was nervous as heck. I mean,
Sure.
I was shaking, my voice was cracking.
Oh, yeah.
And then as soon as I started getting some laughs, and it just snowballed. And then,
Can you tell us one of the jokes?
well, it wasn't necessarily a joke. It was it's a story.
Oh,
but
so
it's
got
like
it,
5
okay.
minutes. It's like a 5
Oh,
minute.
okay.
All right, Richard Pryor. We'll have you back. We'll have you back to tell it.
I got a lot because I love comedians. I grew up watching comedy my whole life, and I've always thought that was such a great profession, and I have a great admiration for comedians. And the way they think and see the world is just completely different than a lot of folks. Yeah, they find the humor in everything.
You have to.
Yeah, and I think that's part of life. You have to, otherwise, it can be really hard.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? Life's tough. Life is generally tough, and I think the only way a lot of people can deal with certain things is if you look at it through a kaleidoscope lens, make fun of it, laugh at it, face your demons, and move forward.
That's great advice.
Easiest way around is through sometimes.
I love it, man. You're depth. I'm glad you're here. Last one. What's your favorite curse word?
I want to say it in
Quebecois,
or
you're just gonna let it rip, man.
let's
It's
go tabernacle or
it's
fuck.
curse word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I try not to.
I know,
It's really
I know.
tough.
I know. It's okay. There's zero judgments here, by the way. This is safe space.
I'll just say it's the other word of poop.
Fair enough. It's fairly clean. It's
I try
you know,
to
okay.
use an alternative, but
You're all right. No
Sometimes
judgments here.
though, you know.
It's tough. Yeah.
You got to use. Sometimes there's just
Yeah.
the right.
Like
word
in that
for the
car in
moment.
front of you brakes too fast. You know,
Yep.
first you say it, then you do it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, did
Bill
they do
Cosby.
it on purpose?
Bill Cosby. You got that. Good pull. Good pull. I'm impressed, dude. I'm impressed right now.
That's
KG has impressed me right now.
Yeah.
You're in my lane.
That was good.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Puto.
Well, there it is.
Our first bilingual.
I love that.
Yeah. First word.
That's
There we
okay.
go.
I was about to say puck because that's what I say at the arena.
Because you got to keep it clean
Yeah,
with your
exactly.
AHL
They
rules.
kicked out.
You don't have to now.
Oh, yeah, you do.
No, right here.
Oh, here, no.
Safe space.
Well,
At
I
the
don't want
arena,
you to
you
have
gotta-
to edit anything.
We don't edit anything.
We don't edit. Whatever you say is what they're about to
Probably
hear.
the F word, let's be honest.
Okay?
Strong.
Yeah.
Strong.
Heck yeah.
That's why we
Most
just
common.
go with puck.
Yeah.
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 So you can't curse?
No.
At the arena?
You
Yeah.
get kicked
no,
out.
no.
You see something, you
Gotta
say
keep
something,
it clean,
Kyle.
yeah. It's a family
if you
show.
see something, but
Say
this is if you
something.
hear something.
That is true.
Now we're saying
Don't
something.
don't you remember? Well, I don't want to get into it here, but do you remember that? Well, I'll tell you when we're done.
Okay. Yeah. No. I
Yeah,
didn't,
people get
I didn't
kicked
realize
out.
that.
Inappropriate stuff. People get kicked out.
Repeatedly, you got to be a repeat offender, though. I'd imagine. I can't
I'm sure you
imagine
get
a
a
slip
warning.
of the tongue.
I'm sure you get
You
a
know.
warning.
Yeah, right.
you
But,
know,
you
'cause
know,
I've
when
had a-
fights break out.
I don't walk on water by any means. I've had my moments where I've been known to let something fly, but I'm not a habitual offender, if you
But
will.
so you know me personally
Yeah.
off the air, man. I'm like a sailor who went to prison
Yeah.
and then went to the army. Like,
and then got into construction.
yeah, exactly.
100%.
But at the arena,
No, you do keep it clean.
PG-13.
Wow.
I do too.
Okay.
I do too.
Gotta keep
I
it
don't.
clean.
I don't
Yeah.
yell. We have a guy
There's kids
behind
around
us.
us, right?
There
I'm
is a
not
guy
trying to-
behind
Right.
us, though. Should we call him out?
No,
Okay.
I don't know.
But he's let it rip a few times, and he did say this season he was going to try to clean it up.
Yeah, it's not the place for it. Like, there's a time and a place for everything, and that's just not it.
I like our
Yeah.
platform, though. We can kind of do
Yeah.
that. We have that control. Are we good? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Puck.
Oh, we need one more. Nope.
FCUK.
Got
That's
it.
What? Really? That's a question? Oh my gosh, I have a really funny video to show you, and it'll show what my favorite word is, and it's him repeating it. But
Really?
it's very
Oh, send
inappropriate.
us the
Well,
video.
that's okay.
I'll overdub it.
There
if
you
let me.
go.
I'll
Yeah,
overdub
well,
it on this episode.
He's watching hockey. He's watching the Kraken, and he goes, "Oh." And I'm like,
he's
no, I
dropping
think
it.
he said puck. I think he said puck.
I'm sure he
rhymes with
didn't.
yeah, yeah.
Who's got the puck?
Hey, listen, thank you so much
Yes.
for coming in.
Yeah.
Thank you
I'm
so
gonna give
much.
You a little fist bump
You,
right there.
you are awesome. I
And,
really
uh,
appreciate you. Seriously.
We will
yeah.
see you at the game, but we need
Yep.
one thing.
Yeah. Can you
Nice and loud.
can you give us a go birds?
Let's go Firebirds!
Go birds.
Outstanding.
Let's go Firebirds.
Let's go
Outstanding.
birds.
Go birds.
Let's go Firebirds.
Go
Sorry,
birds. All
Go
right.
birds.
Let's go
Go birds.
birds.
Dude,
One more
I
bomb to
definitely
drop.
Put it up.
Yeah.
So next season, there will be another baby Fuego.
Are you serious?
Congratulations.
Oh my God! Breaking
Nice one.
news.
Nice one.
Holy
Not a very
cow.
good goalie, apparently.
Dude, that just caught me off guard.
good scorer.
So
absolutely.
yeah, so next season's attendance might be pretty hard. but, we'll see.
Congratulations.
Outstanding.
Hockey
Whoa.
team's growing.
That's
Good
right.
for you
Oh,
guys.
dude, that is so exciting.
Breaking news on the
What-
show.
What better way to end on that?
I
note?
love that.
Outstanding, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Look at you.
Woo.
Hey, so if you watch this episode before Saturday's game and you see the family, give them a big high five,
Yeah.
fist bump,
you
congratulations. Bring them some diapers because you know they're gonna need it.
They're gonna need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Can we get a go birds from you though
Yeah.
before we go?
Go Birds!
you do.
Woo!
You do Let's go Firebirds. No.
No.
What about you?
Go Birds!
Go Birds.
How about flap your wings?
No.
He's cooked.
No.
That's
He's
all
done,
right.
yeah.
All right.
Go birds.
Go
Get back on
Birds.
the Charger. Go birds.
Go birds.
Yoo-hoo. That was awesome. Yeah.
Well, that was fun. If you're enjoying the Firebirds Fan Zone podcast on YouTube, be sure to drop a comment down below and hit that like button. Also, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out when a new episode drops. The Firebirds Fan Zone podcast is available on Spotify, Amazon, Apple, and a whole bunch of other podcast platforms. So, however you get your weekly dose of the Firebirds Fan Zone podcast, we invite you to share it across all your socials. And you can follow us on Instagram at Firebirds Fan Zone Podcast. And on Facebook, just search, guess what? Firebirds Fan Zone podcast. The Firebirds Fan Zone podcast is brought to you by Kyle Garman Realtor. Whether you're buying or selling, whether it's for your forever home or that quiet desert vacation getaway, Kyle Garman and the team at Keller Williams have the experience and skill to make that process simple and convenient. Check them out today at kylegarman.kw.com. Our podcast is also brought to you by DesertDefenseLawyers.com, DUI and criminal defense throughout the Coachella Valley. The criminal justice system is scary and confusing, but relief is just a click away at DesertDefenseLawyers.com. We've been keeping folks out of the penalty box since 2008.